Good afternoon to you all. We are all set for the semi-final number 2 versus SKD All Star and BTR Assam. They have taken their fields and we will be starting in a moment. To start off the proceeding, it will be Dawa who will be bowling from the Gelephu town end, jersey number 45, Dawa. The opening batter for Rahul and Biswajit are for BTR Assam. Rahul is a left-hander and Biswajit is a right-hander. This is the second semi-final between the Indian team BTR Assam and the Bhutanese team SKD All Stars. In the morning's match, it was Dragon Strikers who have managed to reach the finals. That will be played on Sunday. Umpire Subhas Lama standing at the Gelephu end and umpire Rakesh Pradhan at the mountain end. It's all to play for now, with the sun shining bright now here at the Gelephu Mindfulness City at the Gelephu International Cricket Ground. Play, says umpire Subhas Lama. The first ball of the second semi-final, Dawa to Rahul, and starts off with 1 run. Well fielded there at the gully. Straight away, Rahul and BTR Assam off the mark. Biswajit taking his leg guard. Dawa will be bowling over the wicket to him as well. Biswajit, a businessman by profession. Here Fovia is scared of heights. Faces the first ball of Dawa. And bang on target Dawa there, and a quick single taken shy at the stumps by Captain Sonamishe himself. Misses it and it will be 1 run to Biswajit. Brings the left-hander Rahul back on strike. Rahul Tarfadar is a student by profession. His nickname is Kalu. He believes doing bad deeds before match will ruin his day. So I hope when it was raining yesterday, he was all good boy so that he can start off well here for the team. Straight away to the fielder and no runs. It will be dot ball. If he was not playing cricket, he says he would have been a defense personnel. And he loves eating chapati before a match. Chapati is not common in Bhutan. And for lunch it was not served. But that should not divert his focus away, I would say. Full toss this time. Driven down to mid-off for 1 run. Well backed up there by Sherab Lode. Gets a high five from his keeper, Srintashi. Dawa finding it difficult to find his line and length. But once he does, it will be difficult for the batters out there. Biswajit back on strike. Shot this time. Pulled. And a diving stop there from Sonamishe. Five balls, he has given away 4 runs. 1 more over to go of this very first over of semi-final number 2. Dawa bowling to Rahul. And this time it nipped back in. That will be a dot ball to end his very first over. After 1 over, BTR Assam 4 for 0. Chile Jamso will come from the mountain end. And this is the batting card. Lots of batting power to come. Look out for Komesh Basumatri and Sagar Das, the young lad who can bat as well as ball with both his arms, left and right. For now, we have to see how Chile Jamso starts off this semi-final. And that's a pitch and into the gap and 4 runs. Slightly pitched up and Biswajit dispatches it to the board. BTR Assam, they played SKD before. Chile Jamso with second ball of his inning. He would definitely want to come back strong in this over. Again a pitch in the gap and will be one run to Bishwadip. Biswajit signaling to the dugout saying he's not happy with his bat. Chile Jamso will be bowling to the left-hander. He has the tendency to zip it inside for a right-hander, which means for left-hander it will go away. So this battle will be interesting because it will take the ball away from Rahul. Let's see how he handles. But this time he bowls it right on his pad. That too full toss. That will be 4 runs to Rahul. First 4 for Rahul. Chile Jamso yet again proving to be expensive for SKD, especially while opening. He has already given away 9 runs in his first 3 balls. Captain Sonamishe won the toss and decided to bowl first. And definitely not working his way, at least from this Chile Jamso's over. That is much better like him. That is what I was talking about, the zipping ball. He hits the deck hard on his seam and the ball will do its magic. Especially, it goes away for a left-hander, comes in for a right-hander. That is the ball he should be targeting to bowl. Not the ones he bowled before this. He also needs to be careful with his extras. Because with that zip and that pace, it's always difficult to control that ball. There it's uppish, but goes on 2 bounce to the charging gully. Will only be 1 run to Rahul. He will be off strike and Biswajit will face the last ball of Chile Jamso. Biswajit is striking harder than Rahul. 7 of 4, while Rahul is striking on the runner ball 7 of 7. 1 ball to go. Much better this time from Chile Jamso. That is what he can do if he gets it correct. After the 2 overs, BTR Assam 14 without loss of any wicket. Dawa to continue his second over from the Gelephu town end. And his up pitch is in the air. Will it be taken? Fielder behind it, and Gokul makes no mistake whatsoever. That will be the first wicket down for BTR Assam, and it comes in the form of Rahul Tarfadar, who plays one shot too many, trying to play it on the leg side, only manages to find the top edge. Well taken by Gokul, and that is first wicket for SKD and Dawa. BTR Assam lose their first wicket. Gokul making no mistake whatsoever. In terms of another commentator that I would like to quote, I would be saying he was as cool as a cucumber while taking that catch and making no mistakes. It was an easy catch, but in a game like this, a semi-final, one can easily get carried away and commit the mistake. But Gokul Kumar Ghale doesn't commit one. That brings Pran Krishna onto the crease to partner with Biswajit. Dawa with second ball. A beautiful ball, played beautifully with soft hands and well fielded as well. Good cricket all together. A beautiful day. The sun has come out strong in the afternoon. Definitely no rains, no clouds. So it is going to be a full game of semi-final number 2. Dawa to Bishwajit, the attacker this time. Cut shot, and that finds the boundary, and that will be 4. 4 runs to BTR Assam. Comes through the bat of Biswajit Das. Slightly short from Dawa and punished by Biswajit. Dawa. This time again played off the back foot, but this time he chooses to defend it and takes a single. BTR Assam all the way from Assam, and like the mighty Brahmaputra, they flow strong in these opening overs, unforgiving and unshakable at the same time. They have dominated the first 2 overs, and SKD All Stars all the way from Thimphu. This time he drifts down the leg, and it will be 2 runs. No, they decide to go only for 1. And SKD All Stars all the way from Thimphu. For them, I just have to say one thing. Yes, they lost to BTR in the league rounds, but if their stars align together, magic will happen definitely. That's what Dawa did by taking that wicket off Rahul. That swung in, and well negotiated by Biswajit as well. Dawa is not happy. He thinks that was a catch. Not too sure, the angle and the cameraman could not cover that, but by the looks of his reaction, Dawa, I think that was a definite chance. At the end of 3 overs, 22 for 1. Tile Jamsu, despite the expensive spell, decides to come on for second over. And starts off well this time. It was short. All there to be hit. But Biswajit somehow misses that. Starts off with a dot ball. That is what he is known for, Tile Jamsu. Let's see how he keeps calm under such a pressure. And the sun as well. Smooth and beautiful runner from Tile Jamsu. And that is the ball that SKD wants from Tile Jamsu. Beautifully played by Biswajit as well. No trouble whatsoever playing that shot. Respecting the good ball. Professional batting, I would say. This is a tournament of brotherhood, friendship. And in this second semi-final, guided down to the short third man for just one run. Agile fielding, I would say, there from SKD fielder. As I was talking about brotherhood, I would definitely like to quote Aristotle here. A friend in one soul abiding in two bodies. That is what we are doing through this tournament. The cricket spirit between Bhutan and India and the friendship that goes year back is what we are celebrating here through the Bifa Cup. That also came back and well bowled and well played and well fielded as well. Beautiful cricket all round. And Bifa Cup, Bhutan India Friendship Association Cup 2025. This is the first edition. This will be a yearly tournament that will happen around this time every year. Will be played between two Bhutanese team and two Indian team. For this time we have the one who's batting right now from Assam, BTR. Down the leg. And there's a misfield from Dawa himself. Tile Jamsu definitely is not happy with his hand on his hips. Asking his fellow opener bowler, how could you do that? What if I do that from your ball? Fast bowlers are always known to be fierce, fiery, and they never like when someone gives runs that easily like Dawa did. And Tile Jamsu himself, being a strong man himself, definitely gave that look. Maybe no words, but the look was enough for Dawa to put his head down and apologize to the team. It is a cruel game, cricket. One end you are doing well, other end you are at the receiving end. And this time, much better ball. That definitely went out after pitching. So that's the end of Tile Jamsu's over. Much better over this time from him. Except that misfield. At the end of 4 overs, BTR Assam 27 for 1. There's a change in bowling. Dawa is replaced after bowling 2 overs by Namge Tile, jersey number 6. He reminds me of the word of Lord Buddha. The mind is everything what you think you become. When a spinner is bowling like a spin bowler, mentally outwitting the batter, that is what he's known for, Namge Tile. But those are past. He has to do that in today's semi-final. In the gap, and there's a misfield. And they run for 2. Good running between wickets. If the fielder had not fumbled it, it would have definitely been a dot ball to start with. Namgethile bowled exceptionally well yesterday until the rain came pouring down. He and Sonamishe did cause a lot of problem to Dragon Strikers batters. Much better ball this time. It crept and it turned. And Biswajit, being very watchful, played it equally well. This time down the leg, flighted, swept. And will that be 4? Yes, it is 4 runs. Namgethile getting it wrong and Biswajit dispatching it to the deep square leg boundary. The fielder was inside. So once it based the fielder, it was definitely written 4 all over. Namgethile with his 4th ball. Flighted, shot yet again. Again misfilled by the fielder. And again it will be 2 runs. SKD fielders not learning from the earlier fumble. Yes, it was hit hard, but in a semi-final match of such a prestigious tournament, the fielders are supposed to be on their toes. Flighted this time and well balled. That's more like Namgethile, aka Jab Boy. Hails from Gelephu itself. Shot this time. And this time straight to the fielder. And fielder this time makes no mistake. And that is Dawa himself. That's the end of 5 overs. BTR Assam 35 for 1 with 1 over to go of the power play. Young Tashidoji, jersey number 20, comes on to ball. He will be bowling his leggies from the mountain end. Last over of the power play. It's always a tricky situation to bowl, especially when you are a spinner. And batters are all looking to go for big shots. Starts off with a short ball. And we have to wait whether it's a 4 or a 6. Umpire also waiting for the signal. And he signals 4. So Tashidoji not starting the way he wanted. Short ball and dispatch to the deep square leg boundary for 4. Let's see how he comes back. Much better this time. A drop and a run from the BTR Assam batters. Pran Krishna, smart batting after hitting Tashidoji for 4, decides to take single and get off strike. Brings Biswajit, who is already moved on to 22 from 17 balls, to the strike. A swing and a miss. And Tashidoji cannot believe how did that miss the stumps. Which means he is gripping it and he's generating some turn off the pitch. This time again shot, again in the gap, and that will be 4 runs. Tashidoji not learning from his first delivery or finding it difficult to grip the ball. Tashidoji with his next ball chooses to ball with a quicker arm this time. Arm ball. And not called wide by umpire. So from here we can't see. So I think that was definitely on the line. Last ball of his first over. Again quicker one. And again put it in the gap. And the fielder unable to do so. That's boundary number 3 of Tashidoji's over. BTR Assam all over SKD All Stars bowler. At the end of 6 overs, BTR Assam cruising at 48 for 1. Sonomiche brings on himself from the Gelephu town end. Captain of SKD, Sonomiche, student by profession. Loves his singing and starts off just like he takes on a karaoke mic. Beautiful start from Sonomiche. His team needs those at the moment to put pressure back on the BTR Assam batters. Pran Krishna is striking too well. 11 of 7. Flighted delivery, cut, and in the gap. And the ball wins the Tom and Jerry race with Tile Jamso. That will be another 4 to Pran Krishna. He moves on to 15 runs of just 9 balls. When Sonomiche won the toss, he thought the pitch is damp, but it is proving to be otherwise. It's a good track to bat on, especially after seeing this two batter bat. Again a caught shot, but this time straight to the fielder. Dot ball. It looks like a phone number right now, 040 or a country code. And clean ball. There you see the Dignesh from IPL kind of celebration from Sonomiche. He writes Pran Krishna's name on the turf of Gelephu International Cricket Ground. That ball came sharply in. And Pran Krishna misread it and opened his stumps, and now he's clean bowled. Beautiful bowling and beautiful comeback from Sonomiche. 2 wicket falls for BTR Assam within the 7th over. That sees the end of Pran Krishna, who was striking it too well. Exchanged himself a slight word with Captain Vikram, who comes in to join the set batter Biswajit in the centre, who is already batting at 30. It will be an interesting baton, whether it will be the Bhutanese captain or the Indian captain that will win the game. Or let's say game, not the game, but who will win this scenario. Sonomiche with his left arm orthodox, or the right-handed batter Captain Vikram for BTR Assam. Well, we have to wait and see. But please stick your eyes to the screen right now. We have to see this battle, an interesting one. 2 balls to go. Vikram versus Sonomiche. Let's see who wins the race, or the small game within a game. And that clean bowled again. Oh, not really. I beg your pardon. I thought The way Sonomiche went up, I thought he bowled him out. I stand corrected. It's not. It's just a dot ball. With one more ball to go, let's see who wins the game. This time it's definitely a clean ball. Again, Vikram name is also written on the pitch. Or the turf, I would say. Sonamishe with the magical ball, magic arm, golden arm. You say whatever you like. But he is changing the scenario for SKD All Stars right now. Captain versus captain. Sonamishe, aka Digvesh of SKD, wins this battle. BTR Assam at the end of 7 overs lose their third and most crucial wicket. A change of ends for Namgethile. He comes from the mountain end, bowling to Everset Biswajit. But there's a mix up. Will that be run out? No, it will just be one run. Brings Sago D, a unique of a player who can bowl with both right and left. I wonder if he can bat left-handed as well, because that will be definitely, it will go down in the Guinness Book of World Record. But jokes apart, we'll see what he will do when he comes on to bowl. But for now, it is his batting that will matter. Again, a drop and run from Sagar and Biswajit. Good communication between them. Namgethile is bowling good, but even good balls they are converting into one run, which means the fielder inside the 30 yard or the 15 yard should be extra careful. Just like that, you cut off those singles and you put pressure right back on Biswajit. Yes, he has made 31 of 22, but for any kind of batter, be it Virat Kohli or anyone, number 1, number 2 batter in the world, everyone will feel the pressure when they lose 2 quick wickets watching from the other end. Let's see, Biswajit has a better temperament than that. He definitely has that, especially when he cuts it down to the sweeper cover. Only one run. Sagar, always with smile on his face. Always a jolly guy. Of course, being in the land of happiness, he's spreading happiness all over. Especially outside the batting pitch, I would say, or the bowling crease for him, as he is an all-rounder. But the smile that he carries on him is what this tournament thrives for. A friendship with smile, at the same time we fight it. Peace in the sky, happiness in the mind, yet fire on the pitch. This time there's a sweep shot applied by Sagar, but he cannot convert it into runs. I think it found the leading edge, and that will be the end of Namgethile's over. At the end of 8 overs, BTR Assam 55 for 3. Anand comes on to replace the fiery Sonamishe from the Gelephu town end. Flighted ball and 1 run taken yet again within the 30-yard. They are not giving away boundaries, good, but they are not stopping singles either. Not too sure why Anand came. Sonamishe was bowling brilliantly. Maybe change of end, but well, I never know what Sonamishe is thinking right now. Flighted ball outside off stump. Will just be one. Cut away by Sagar. Sagar looks confident. He had a very good outing in the very first match. He made 40 odd runs and took 3 to 4 wickets as well. Now that's up pitch. Will it be taken? That would be 6 runs to Bishwajit. Like I was mentioning, don't know why Sonamishe came off. For any right-hander, it's always easy to play an off-spinner. And just like that, Bishwajit lofted Anand down to the straight 6. Change of bat for Bishwajit now. Looks like he cracked his bat. Or is he going off? I don't think he's going off, but anyways, the decision from Sonamishe to take himself off might cost SKD not the game, but the momentum that they were in. After getting such good wickets from this end, I fail to understand why he took himself off. Nothing to take away from Anand though. He might come back. Again is a big shot. Will it be taken? No, that's second 6 in a row. Me and Kencho here, we were discussing why. If there was left-hander, I understand to bring on Anand. Anand is flighting a ball and it's turning inside to the Biswajit. And he's taking him for a dance in this park. That 6 was humongous. It almost reached the Gelephu High School. Now this is a good comeback from Anand. But the damage is already done. They have lost the momentum and they have given the momentum back to Biswajit. One more ball of this Anand over. Let's see what happens. Shot this time and he misses it. Still 14 runs of this over. Now let's see what happens on the other end. If Sonamishe comes from the other end, I'm telling you this will be a mistake. As we were talking, Sonamishe decides to come from the mountain end. I don't know why. He took 2 wickets in his first over from the Gelephu town end. And he wants a change of side. I don't know why. It was outside the power play. Not too sure. Maybe I'll ask him over a casual talk or a coffee later on. But, well, I am afraid that this might change the momentum, especially for SKD. Well, we have to wait and watch. But that's what I felt. That's my personal view. But for BTR Assam, it worked definitely for them. And now he takes single and it goes into the gap. Brings Biswajit back on. Now let's see how Biswajit plays this. He is on 45. He just needs 6. He played 2 beautiful shots of Anand. And now he will be facing a ball that will be turning away from him. That means Sonamishe. It's going to be interesting here on. Let's see. Just like that. He knows he will not go after Sonamishe. And Sonamishe is not an easy bowler to pick off like an off spinner. And that too with the flight. Anand flighted the ball way too much, I feel. This is going to be an interesting over. How respectfully Biswajit is playing Sonamishe means it's difficult to play Sonamishe than to play Anand. Nothing to take away from Anand here. But he's slow off the air and he flies the ball. Gives a lot of time for a batter like Biswajit to dispatch it away. And Sagar looks like he watched today morning's match where Tachifunso was taking all those singles and twos. He is doing the same right now. Just like that. Was there a catch? Not too sure. Sorry, we failed to catch that on camera and I'm not able to comment on that. But if that was a catch, it's like adding salt to the injury or the wound. Much better this time. See what Sonamishe can do. He can do this from both the ends. Now if he brings Namge Thile back from this Gelephu end, then we'll understand Namge was not comfortable bowling from that end. But if he keeps Anand on, I'm sure which is not going to be the situation. Let's see, it's getting interesting out here. Played it off his pads for a 1-run Sagar. That will be end of Sonamishe's second over. Halfway done after 10 overs. BTR Assam 72 for 3. And it's going to be Tashi Dorji, who already went for a plenty of run in the first over, coming to replace Anand now. I fail to understand what Sonamishe is thinking or Team SKD is thinking right now. But it is weird. Flighted and now there's a big appeal. Beautiful work there from wicketkeeper Sering Tashi. Lightning quick. Takes off the bells in a flash. Sees the end of Sagar, who for a moment raised his foot. If only we had this angle, we would have letting you know in a much better way. However, as it stands, is drinks when BTR Assam lost their 4th wicket in form of Sagar. We will be back after this short break. We are back like after a short drinks break. As I was doubting the decision to bring Tashidoji and Anand, he proves me wrong by taking the wicket. But the credit goes to the young wicketkeeper who was quick like a flash. Even Mahendra Singh Dhoni would have been proud of that stumping. Unfortunately, we do not have a replay. But it is what it is. That brings Munna on to bat. Being very watchful early in his innings. Munna Gurung joins Biswajit, who is already on 46 of 31 balls. Huge turn there. Tashidoji definitely found his footings here from the Gelephu end, unlike his first over, where he gave away 13 runs. Now he's pulling it back, and a redemption to himself and his confidence. Flighted this time, and a play and a miss. Watch out for his googly. Watch out for his googly, I'm telling you. Not a googly, that was more like, will it be taken? Yes, it's taken by Namgitile. Tashidoji doing the magic again from the Gelephu town end, just like Sonamishe did. 2 wickets in 1 over. And that 2 wickets median. Yet again, Biswajit watches one more batter, this time in form of Munna, who departs after not troubling the scorer. 72 for 5. BTR Assam after 11 overs, 9 overs to go. Namgitile, after taking a beautiful catch, is given over from the mountain end. Room, and dispatched it just like he left in the Anand's over. A 6. That means that's his 50 of just 32 delivery. What a beautiful inning it has been from Biswajit Das. Yes, he lost his partner, but he has maintained the calm. As cool as a cucumber, and reaches his 50. Here on, he has to take the maximum strike in the second last ball or the last ball, take single and keep the strike. That should be his aim from here on. We don't need big sixes up till 16th, 17th over. Good comeback from Namgitile. After being hit for a humongous 6 over the cover, comes back with 2 dot. Again he makes room, cuts it, and it's in the gap. And well fielded there, putting your body behind it, giving it everything. Well done, Gokul Kumar Gale. That's how you field. Don't give away easy runs. Now what this does is brings the new batter, Komish. I explained what Biswajit should do, but what SKD should do is give 1 run to Biswajit, then attack the new batter. That should be the strategy here on. Just like that, anyone will take some time to get his footings while they come into bat. Namgitile with his last ball, he gets through his over quite quickly. And there's a shot It's up in the air and taken by Sherab Lobe. That's wicket number 6. And Namge also does what Tashidoji does from the other end, putting pressure back with dot balls and getting the wicket. This is what we call bowling in partnership. That is the end of Newman Komesh without troubling the scorer. Biswajit yet again from the non-striker end sees his batter walk back to the dugout. After 12 overs, BTR Assam 79 for 6. Looks like the Gelephu bowling end is a trial and error end for SKD. They are trying all bowlers possible. 1 over and they are off. Tashidoji just bowled a maiden over with 2 wickets. Now he's taken off. I don't know what's going on there in the middle. They know it better. Sonamishe back from the Gelephu end, bowling to Biswajit. That's it. Give him single. Don't bother about single. Now you attack Bulbul, who didn't have a chance to bat well in this tournament. But as I always believe in, form is temporary, class is permanent. He should be classy here on, and he should be batting and supporting Biswajit, and not like for him to have a hot seat to see all his partner get out at the other end. Let's see what Bulbul has in for us. Bulbul shares name just like one of my best friends back in Thimpu. I hope I will be fond of this Bulbul as well. Let's see what he does. And he offers no shot, and there's an appeal. Just like in the morning match, we see the Bhutanese wicketkeeper not interested again in this appeal. But Sonamishe definitely got excited and looked animated as well. That should definitely be dead ball. And it is. They go back. That's just a waste of energy. No shots offered, meaning you cannot run off a leg by. Batters are brought back, but the ball will count. So it will go down as a dot ball. Sonamishe, as he's known to do, keeping it tight, straight, mixing it up. And watch out for his foot just like that. 3 times, tuck, tuck, tuck. Then he goes and balls. Block, block, block. And there's a big appeal. Not out, says umpire Subhash Lama. This time the wicketkeeper went along with Sonamishe, but umpire thought it's going down. Even from this angle, from the combo, it looked like it would definitely miss leg stump. If only we had review, it might have been umpire's call. Flighted ball this time. Drives it down to the deep extra cover for 1 run. Bulbul off the mark straight away. I personally want Sonamishe to take 1 more wicket because I want to see his signature move just like Digvesh, so that he writes another name onto the turf. And that's the end of Sonamishe's 3rd over. After 13 overs, BTR Assam 81 for 6. That's the beautiful Gelephu International Cricket Ground in the backdrop. Look at that beauty. It is just peace and calm. And look at the cloud. It has all cleared up. Yes, it's hazy, but it's beautiful day for cricket. That brings Tandin Wongdi, aka Wongda, with his medium pace. He will be coming from the mountain end. With keeper up, it's not going to be easy for Bulbul. Chips it down the leg. 1 run taken by the batters. While other batters are struggling, Biswajit has been too good. Batting on 54 from 37 balls, now 55 from 38 balls. Takes a single and brings Bulbul on strike. Bulbul is one of the stars of his teams. He definitely can bat and change the situation of a game any given time. A loud call from Bulbul saying no because Biswajit had already taken off from the non-striker end. Precise bowling from Tandin Wongda, taking the pace off and bowling dead straight. He is a depth over specialist for SKD. This time, it's down the leg. It missed the stumps. Or maybe it was on top of the leg stump because it was definitely not called a wide ball by umpire Rakesh Pradhan. Tandin Wongda. Beautiful ball again and played in the gap down to super cover for 1 run. Wongda has started off beautifully. Asking for helmet is Biswajit. At the end of 14 overs, it's not the end. I think for 1 ball, he wants the helmet. Why not? Prevention is better than cure. It's a friendly game, yes, Indo-Bhutan friendship tournament, but we never know. Tandin Wongda might fancy a Jaffa ball, a short pitch right near his leg, head, and a perfume ball. Good awareness there shown by Biswajit Das. 1 ball to go of Tandin Wongda over. And he swings it away from the batter, and that's a dot ball. Which means it's the end of 14 overs. BTR Assam 84 for 6. And again 1 over for Sonamishe and 1 over for Tashi Dorji. It's like they are sharing the Gelephu end to all the bowlers. A strategy that might work in their favor. And there's a huge turn. Even Bulbul agrees with a nod of his head. Yes, that's a good ball and that spun a long way. Tashi Dorji can spin the ball. If he gets his googly right, I'm telling you, watch out for that. That was a quicker one. Dot ball again. Tashi Dorji gave that 13 run in his first over. Nothing in second. How much will he give in this second over? Flighted one this time. Should only be 1 run. It is. brings the hard-hitting Biswajit Das onto the strike. Batting on 55 of 39 balls. Makes room and intelligent bowling from Tashidoji. He saw the batter move. He followed him and gave no room whatsoever. Beautiful bowling display here from Tashidoji. Late cut and is walking and no runs. Beautiful comeback. Give yourself a pat on the back, Tashidoji. Bowling beautifully in the second spell. And again a turn and it gripped off the pitch. After 15 overs, even Biswajit doesn't have answer to that. BTR Assam 85 for 6. In the heart of Gelephu Mindfulness City, where calm meets chaos, cricket thrives. And it is in the second semi-final. The pristine air of Gelephu Mindfulness City, clarity, just like the focus we are seeing in this game, is beautiful. The peaceful backdrop of Bhutan's Mindfulness City mirrors the calm composure of both the teams. Taniwongda to continue. Did it hit his bat? Not too sure. We have to wait for the signal. That's buys. Okay. Correct me if I am wrong. I think that was down the leg. If he is giving by, I don't know. Maybe I missed because the camera angle changed right at the last moment. So my apologies. It will go down as one by. Swing and a miss from Biswajit. He started off too good, but now he's struggling to find bat on the ball. He's going for big shots, not needed, I would say. Maybe from 17, last 3 you push because you're already 6 wicket down. Keep on ticking the scoreboard with 1 runs like that instead of dot balls. That is how you get ever closer to that 120 mark. Then you push on from there. Well, it's easier for me to speak from here, the com box, with fan over my head and with my shades on. But for them in the center, it's always difficult. This time shot and pulled by Bulbul. And a quick fiery throw from Dawa, the jersey number 45, finds the wicket, but batter had already made his ground. Young Sering Tashi helping out umpire. It's not only friendship between the two teams, it's also between the umpire and the players themselves. Brotherhood, deep ties, and a cricket diplomacy that we are sharing here. Cricket is more than a game. It's a bridge between two cultures and the rules, I would say. The players, the umpires, the official, including the commentator. When the tournament is over, we'll all have a good laugh. And clean ball. The laugh that I was talking about is definitely coming from Taniwongda's face right now. Beautiful in-swinging ball sees the end of Biswajit Das, the batter who was set and was looking to put his foot on the paddle. Clean ball by Taniwongda. The best delivery of this tournament from him. Sees the 7th wicket go down for BTR Assam. They lose their 7th wicket on 88. Nayan Kumar or I hope that K stands for Kumar, joins Bulbul in the center with still 25 balls to go of this innings. We will be facing Tandin Wongda steaming down the mountain end and swinging it in just like the bananas, and a big appeal, and that's 2 in a row for Tandin Wongda. That definitely swung like a banana, came in, and Nayan had no answer whatsoever. LBW, he was a sitting duck there. Tandin Wongda will be on a hat-trick if he is given one more over after this. But as it stands, at the end of 16 overs, is BTR Assam facing the pressure, 88 for 8. Again, from the trial and error for SKD comes Dawa back from the Gelephu end. I understand this move than the earlier one because he has 2 overs left, and why not to bring your strike bowlers? Comes in, well defended and well fielded. It's always difficult for a tall bowler and strong bowler like Dawa to go down in your follow through, but he did ever so well there. It tells a lot about his fitness, how fit he is. He definitely is stretching his back after that. Dawa starts off with a dot ball in his second spell. Played it off the back foot. Dot ball again. Bulbul is finding the middle of the bat, but he's not finding the gaps. But still with 4 overs to go, he might eventually do. For now, Dawa has bowled 2 dot balls. And again, he drifts it down the leg. SKD have not been disciplined when it comes to their extras. And buys and leg buys, it's okay, but buys and thing. Cricket is a game of fine margins. If you don't control such runs, it can eventually cost you at the end. Bulbul again finds the middle of the bat, and this time he finds the gap, but will only be 1 run down to deep third. Brings the new man, Papu, on strike. Papu opens the bowling for BTR Assam. But right now, it's not the opening of bowling he should be worried about. He should be worried about getting the runs on the board so that they get ever close to 120. Played it off the back foot. Respected that good ball from Dawadi. For Dawadi, if he doesn't bowl a wide ball, he should be happy with that. But if he bowls one more wide ball in the depth over, when your team gave you the ball, when Tashidoji was already bowling well from this end, will go down as something to think about if they reach the finals. Overpitched and driven down to the deep super cover for 1 run. They will not mind this kind of 1 runs because they're still below 100, 10 runs below 100. Or 9 maybe after this. 2 balls to go. 1 ball to go. And ends strong there. Gave away only 3 runs of the 17th over. At the end of 17, BTR Assam 91 for 8. Captain Sonomiche, Captain Fantastic of SKD All Star, decides to bowl a crucial over, 18th over. Then it will be down to Dawa and one more. Not too sure who it's going to be. Misses it completely, Pappu. Dot ball. Earlier in the afternoon, SKD won the toss and they decided to bowl first. By the looks of it, it was not going well, but then they pulled it back. Just like that, disciplined bowling. This is why they are still below 100. Else, BTR Assam would have easily gotten to some big score. Flighted ball and it's up in the air. Will it be taken? He is claiming that he has taken. Not too sure. We have to wait for the umpire. Yes, I think that's taken cleanly. And we saw Sonomiche there again writing Pappu's name onto the field in the trademark Gicg style. Gicg too would be proud of that celebration. 9 wicket down in the 17th over for BTR Assam. They are struggling now, definitely struggling to reach even the 3 figures mark. They lose their 9th wicket. Pappu goes after scoring just 1 run from 4 deliveries. Anil Das will be facing Sonomiche, who is steaming down from the mountain end and pumping his feet, and he will be trying to finish this innings right here. Plays off his bat. Keeper definitely got excited. He thought it's hitting the pad, he says. Anil Das, always risky to go off back foot to a bowler like Sonomiche. No answer whatsoever to that ball from Anil. He's definitely struggling. If SKD are able to restrict BTR Assam below 100, they will be in a very good position to go on and win this match. Respects that ball from Sonomiche. Sonomiche ends his 4 over and manages to take 3 wickets for 9. Fabulous figure. After 18 overs, BTR Assam with 2 overs to go, 91 for 9. This is the batting card. Apart from Biswajit Das and Pran Krishna, no one else in double figure. Which means, if not for Biswajit Das, they would have been somewhere below 50. Having said that, now Tandin Wangda has the chance to take hat-trick. And when better to do so than to bowl to Bulbul, who came down at batting number 807. Not too sure on that. Hat-trick ball for Tandin Wangda. And he starts with the dot ball. Unfortunate, he cannot get a dot ball because Dawa still had one more over. I thought Dawa will come from this end and Dawa from the, Wangda from the other end. But he isn't. Yet again, Sonomish's decision surprises me. Was that a catch? A catch gone down from Sharab Lode, jersey number 11. He was too casual. Sometimes when you are doing so good, you lose your focus that way. It's 1 run to Bulbul, brings Anil Das back on strike. And it's up pitch in the air. What will happen? This time, Sharab Lode doesn't make any mistake. That will be the end of first inning. Tandin Wangda ends with 3 for 5. Beautiful bowling from him. And the target that BTR Assam set for SKD All Star is 93. We'll have to wait and see whether SKD will reach that target. This is the batting card as highlighted earlier. Apart from Biswajit and Pran Krishna, nothing much to talk about. Biswajit was dismissed by Tandin and Pran Krishna by Sonomishi. The target that they have set for SKD All Star is 93. This has been the bowling card for SKD All Star. It's yet to be updated, Tandin Wangda's, but I'm pretty sure he has taken 3 wickets because 2 he had taken in the second over. Yes, there you go. 3 for 5 from him and 3 for 9 from Sonomishi. These two were the bowler who brought SKD back in the game, but not to take anything away from Tashidoji. With 2 wickets in 1 over, and that was made in itself. He ends 2 for 14 from his 3 overs. They gave 3 extras, which is much better than what they have been doing in this tournament. We'll take a short breather. With SKD needing 93, we'll come back after this short break and we'll see whether they will be able to chase this down. We'll be back after a short while. Please do stay tuned. Welcome back after a short break. SKD All Star. This is the batting lineup that will try their best to reach to 93 from the allotted 20 overs. They need a run rate just over 4.5, that is 4.65. Not a difficult ask, but I'll repeat, but they need to apply themselves. They need to have a monk's mind if they want to reach anywhere near to the total of 93. Look out for Thile Jamso. Look out for Gokul Gale. But to start off the proceeding is Sherab Lode and Tashidoji, who is going to bat. For BTR Assam, yes, they know the score is not high, but they at least have something that they can bowl at. As they take the field and the score gets updated. What we can see from the com box, we are letting you know the opening batter for SKD are Sherab Lode and Tashidorji. Actually, we were waiting for umpires to take the field because the SKD batters and BTR Assam are over too excited and they are already on the field. They don't need any break whatsoever. They want to get on with this game because the groundsman did a wonderful job for them to come on to this pitch. It looked like both semifinals will be washed out, but they have done an exceptional job. So they want to utilize that, get onto the field and finish these 20 overs and see who makes it past the finish line. There you have it on your screen. Tashidoji, jersey number 20, and Sherab Lode, jersey number 11. They will be starting off the proceeding from the mountain end. And umpire standing at the mountain end is Rakesh Pradhan, while Subhas Lama will take on his duty from the Gelephu end. In wicketkeeper for BTR Assam is jersey number 22, Rahul, the left-hander batter keeper. In the slips, they have Biswajit, the person who is responsible to take BTR Assam at least to 90. And to open the proceedings for BTR Assam will be Anil Das. Umpire Rakesh is ready. So is Tashidoji and Anil Das as well. We are waiting for the umpire to call for play. He looks at his watch and says play. Let's see how SKD handle this chase. It's off the pad for the first ball. We have to wait for the signal. Will it be signal leg by? Yes, it will be. So that's first run for SKD All Stars as they start off their chase in the semi-final number 2. Brings Sherab Lode on strike. A change in batting order today. Definitely looks like SKD did their homework. And there's a big appeal. And umpire Rakesh Pradhan not interested whatsoever. Anil Das definitely went up and he thought he was plumb. From Sherab Lode, what I understand is he's opening for the first time. All butterflies in his stomach. With Anil Das steaming down from the mountain end. It's always a difficult ask. Let's see how Sherab Lode handles that pressure. Came in back sharply. Decides to defend that off his back foot. Anil Das bang on money from the first over itself. One leg by. After that it has been 2 dot balls. They need 92 more from 118 balls. 117 now. They can do it in singles and twos. But it is easier said than done. Just like that, they are given one extra run as umpire Rakesh has a stretch out in the early in the second innings as he signals wide to the scorer. 2 runs for SKD All Stars. Anil Das trying to be quick, I feel, without getting the line and length in the first over itself. Let's see how he comes back in the next ball. This time again no room whatsoever to Sherab Lode. He's playing that on the back foot. Looked from here in the com box, it looked like that was a front foot delivery. Not too sure though. We can only judge and speak, but it is them who are in the pitch who needs to deliver it. Anil Das is definitely excited and has found rhythm early in his over. 2 balls to go for him. Short ball and cut from Sherab Lode and finds the boundary. That will be the first boundary for SKD and for Sherab Lode himself. Pitch slightly slot, but he decides and plays it exceptionally well. That would do his confidence all good. He moves on to 4 from 4 with 1 ball to go. Good start for Sherab Lode. He was in and out of this team in this tournament. But this will do him all lot good. And there you can see the confidence in him. Plays it way better than he played the first 3 balls. After the end of first over, SKD All Stars 6 for 0. As we wait for the second over to start, this is the second semi-final of Bifa Cup 2025. Already Dragon Strikers have marched on to final, I would say, by defeating Thunder Cricket Academy. And this in semi-final number 2. SKD All Star are battling out with BTR Assam. This tournament is brought to you by Bhutan Cricket with support from Bhutan India Foundation, co-sponsored by Bank of Bhutan, and the bowling partner, I beg your pardon, the communication partner, Tashi Infocom Limited, and organized all together by Bifa, the Gelephu chapter. Komish to start off the proceeding with his first over. Well respected there by Tashidoji. Decides to defend that ball. He's yet to get off the mark. Komish and Anil have started the proceeding for BTR throughout the tournament. They know how to complement each other from 2 different ends. This time it nipped back. There's an appeal that umpire not interested. Tashidoji there having a communication with Sherab Lode. Did it come back? Yes, it did. Tashidoji for SKD, it's an unfamiliar batting position for him. But he knows how to open. He has been doing it for other teams that he has played for. Bit short. He tried to play that in the gap. But good diving effort there from the fielder. Komish has the tendency to swing the back into the right-hander. It cramps him for any room. Tashidoji has faced 4 balls, but that should not matter. He should not give away his wicket. And there he lobs it from the top. Will it be taken or will it be 4? We have to wait for the umpire signal, and fielder says that's 4, not a 6. Tashidoji opens his account, gives trouble to the scorer and the umpire. by starting off his inning with a 4. He moves on to 4 from 5 deliveries. He charged the bowler Komesh and he lofted it over the mid-off. Mid-off did try but unable to do so. Now this time it's onto his legs. Played it off his back foot. Will go down as dot ball. Tashidoji starting off well, but this is where it will be either do or die for SKD. They should not lose wicket like BTR Assam did. Yes, you got a steady start, a good start looking at the target, but you have to be wary and do not get carried away. He charges down again, but he plays it quite well, defends that. That will be the end of over number 2. SKD All Stars 10 for 0 after 2 overs. Anand to continue from the mountain end will be bowling to Sherab Lode. That was pitched well up. Looked like a yorker from here. A direct throw, but Sherab Lode had already made his ground. I beg your pardon, it was not Anil. I mean not Anand, it was Anil Das. Sometimes it gets confusing out here in the com box all by yourself. But having said that, I have someone here in the com box with me. It looked like it was not possible to have any semi-final or finals, but he brought sunshine all the way from Thimphu. We have Jimmy Singhe, a key player for Dragon Strikers, and the ex-national team captain Jimmy Singhe joining me. He will be here with me for a while. A swing and a miss from Tashidoji. Welcome Jimmy to the com box. I'll be handing you the com mic, and it's up to you if you can highlight on the game that you have watched from above the com tower from the stands. Please do share your some valuable tips, knowledge, and whatever you feel like. It's just here to enjoy. Over to you, Jimmy.
It's on.
It's on.
And that's high up in the air and caught and bowled by the bowler Anil Das. I think that was not necessary from Tashidoji. Looking at the target, he was supposed to stay there and just play singles. But thank you, Manoj, for the introduction. I'm really happy that I could play a little bit of part in the commentary box. And after viewing the match, first innings from the gallery, I think SKD did a fairly good job in restricting the team under 100. Considering they had a very good batsman, Bishwadip, who scored 50. It was just unfortunate for him that he didn't get the support that he would have liked. Just like in the previous game where Mikio had a very good support anchor role played by Tashifinso, and this was very much needed in this game as well, but it was very unfortunate for the team from Assam. And now that they have a low target to defend, I think they really have to be disciplined with bowling attack. Considering, SKD having changed up their batting lineup, I think it's possible for them to defend the target as well. And that's a beautifully cut shot played by Tandinwandi. And that was his first ball. What a beautiful shot from Tandinwandi. And I think the game plan for SKD is to just stick in there and play the 20 overs, because the runs will come and extras will chip in from here and there. And I think there will be loose balls where they can convert the loose balls into boundaries. Odd boundaries will come in between the overs. So yeah, they should be very sensible and disciplined with their thoughts, just playing straight and just looking for singles, not rushing to the target. And that's bowled from Anil Das. What a bowling. And what a celebration from Anil Das. It's a beautiful celebration. I think he has the celebration in his pocket, ready to be taken out whenever he gets a wicket. So I think that's an excellent over from Anil Das, getting 2 quick wickets in the span of just 3 balls. And SKD, I think the plan that they came up with, just shuffling the players up and down, I think that will have an impact on them, because they are not really settled well with the batting lineup that they have planned up, especially for this semi-final, because it's a crucial game. I think, as a player or from a captain's mindset, I think it's always better to stick with the game plan that you have previously stuck with. And it's changing in all of a sudden in the middle of very important game. It plays a crucial role in batsman's mind as well. Like, where do you see yourself and what roles do you have to play? It's really difficult for the batsman to settle with the roles and responsibilities all of a sudden given to them. So it'll be difficult, but the batsmen, they should be having a clear picture now that they have lost 2 wickets. It's just, the plan has to be just to stick in there and just play the balls, watch the ball and play, down the ground. And last ball, and Gokul tries to get a single, but they stopped. So now that the effect has affected the players' mindset, now that it's quite a bit of pressure on the batsmen, they really have to communicate well. I think communication is very important. You don't want free wickets, like run-outs in between overs where bowlers, they don't have to do anything. You're just giving the free wicket. So it's very important for the batsmen to not give easy wickets. They really have to preserve their wickets. It's very important. They still have plenty of overs to play, and since the target is just below 100, it's not possible for them. It's not impossible for them to reach to the target, but they really have to be mindful of the fact that the bowlers will try to do their best to get the wickets. And I think the match is equally balanced right now. So I'll give it back to our Manoj.
Thank you, Jimmy, for the insightful thought. Please do hang around, because I'll always love a company here at the Combox. So as rightly mentioned by Jimmy, they did that even in their bowling. When Sonamishe was going all too well, they got on Anand. Not saying that Anand is anything less than Sonamishe, but what it did, it changed the momentum of that game. And now they have 92 on the board. Same here. They started off opening with Sherab Lode, who is still there right now, facing Gomesh. But they have lost Tanin Wongda and Tashidoji, who tried to pull that, but there was extra bounce and he was caught out. So like you rightly mentioned, experimenting in such an important game is always risky. And when I was talking during the innings break with Tilejam, so he said, that's a gamble. I think that is what they thrive on. As Sherab Lode takes single and brings Gokul back on strike. Also, when you are talking, I noticed something. If BTR Assam is matching SKD in their bowling, Anil is equally matching Sonamishe on the celebrations after he took the wicket. Those two, he was dancing his way around, all happy feats. So Anil definitely took that personally from Sonamishe, and he has his own celebration that is like dancing. Well, we have to wait and watch who gets better of whom right now. But right now, Gokul is there, and they cannot afford Gokul to give away his wicket, because Gokul has been the key batter in this tournament for SKD. Yes, there is Tilly Jamso to come, and there are other batters who can bat as well. But if they lose Gokul, he is the wall. He is the one who steadies the ship. You rightly mentioned how TP accompanied or complimented Mikio in morning when you were playing. And now there's a big appeal. Is there out? Not out, says umpire. Even Gokul is shaking his head. He says, it hit my thigh, not my bat. But Komesh was definitely animated there. He thought, he definitely heard a sound, but that was not from the bat. And as I was mentioning about the partnerships, key partnerships, now let's forget about BTR right now, but what SKD have to do right now is Sharab Lode do the anchor or Gokul, but one of you should be playing the anchor role and one of you should push for runs. Yes, like you correctly mentioned, you need less than 6 runs per over, which means you can do it in 1 and 2 runs. Short ball this time, left alone by Gokul. So at the end of 4 overs, with 2 overs of power play to go, SKD All Stars 16 for 2. Anil D will be continuing from the mountainhead. Why not? He has been dancing his way around the SKD batters. Gets his much deserved 3rd ball. Anil Daimari, not Das, I stand corrected, is a businessman by profession. If he had not been a cricketer, he would have been a musician, he says. And he loves playing calm musical instrument. Straight and on his money, not able to get any run. And he loves eating chicken before a match. And his favorite song is national anthem of his country. So he definitely looked like a musician with his dancing steps when he took the wicket of Tashidoji. Then there was another wild celebration where he took off like aeroplane takes off from here, Gelephu domestic airport. This time of the edge of the bat, again mixed up. Will it be run out? Rightly sent back by Gokul. So Jimmy Singh, you have played enough matches. I'm sure you lost count of the matches that you have played, both local and international, and even the awards that you have got. For you, what was your celebration when you took wicket? If you have to get on the nerve of the opposition, anything that you had under your sleeve?
I don't think I had any, peculiar celebration like Anil D or Sonabishe. That's a fabulous shot from Sharab Lode over the cover for 4. And there will be boundaries like this in odd overs where SKD can, really look forward to, but they should be patient enough to see themselves to see themselves over the target. So they're doing well. Just the fact that I think Sharab Lode is a little concerned about his foot movement. I think I see a bit of, getting awkward with his footwork. And again, he's trying to get away from the ball. I think what he should do is reach to the ball and then just try to play down for a single or just play instinctively. And yeah, Manoj, I was really a calm bowler, but I didn't really have any peculiar celebration that I could, go into the face of the batsman and then celebrate in front of him. But more than enough, I think my celebration was obviously with all the team members whenever I got wicket. And that's a well played shot. It's a little over pitched ball. And SKD, oh, there's still one ball left. And I think that's the end of 5 overs, and SKD All Stars is 20 runs with a loss of 2 wickets. What about yourself, Manoj? What kind of celebration that did you do during, special occasions where you really needed the wicket, but it was very difficult for the team, and suddenly you get the wicket, and then out of, sudden do you have any celebration that you can think of?
Well, I was not a bowler like you, but I used to get under the nerve of every batter that was standing right in front of me as a wicketkeeper. I used to sledge like anything because that is what we were taught, especially in a 50 overs game. We didn't have T20 format back then. A big shot from Gokul. Will that be 6? We have to wait for the signal from the umpire. Yes, that is the first 6 of SKD. Gokul definitely taking on the bowler here, Komish. A beautiful driven shot over the cover for 6. And like getting back to what you asked. So I had the sledging as my armor, but when I used to bowl in under 17, my celebration, if I remember, I used to run to the person who used to catch. I don't know. That was more like Imran Tahir. My friends used to run behind me. So that was one thing I remember as a bowler, because you never know. Once you take wicket, you are in a different planet and you feel like you can do anything. So that was one thing I remember, but that was way back in 2003 and 2004. But apart from that, I have the tendency to get under the batter's thing, but all in good sportsmanship, not using foul language, but used to irritate them or use their own language, and used to do that when it was needed. So that was my kind of, I don't know how to say it, celebration. But I remember you, when you used to bowl, you used to be all smiles, and you used to come and give high five and hug, and while you are bowling, and when you are fielding, you used to run all the way from the boundary and come and cheer every wicket up. That was your kind of celebration, I remember, and that really helped everyone like us who played under you. So I think the youngster watching, if they are here online, yes, you do it, but you don't overdo it as well. You respect the game and be humble at the same time. And Gokul now, with the smartness that he has in batting, decides to respect that good ball from Komish. So yes, that is all about our side of celebration and how we did. But me and Jimmy Singh, and even Kencho here, who is right beside us, if you are seeing the switch in the camera, it's all thanks to him. We all are cricketers born in the 50 overs era. Swing and a miss from Gokul. So we had to make a big leap when we changed our game from 50 overs to T20. But now, all these youngsters playing, they love celebrating, especially brought on by in football like Ronaldo with his Sui trademark. Even in crickets we have seen Sui like Siraj himself. So yes, this is a part and parcel of T20 format, I think. But in our 50 overs, it was more like being calm and sledging in a healthy way. Now this time, smart batting from Gokul. Takes 1 run and gets off strike and brings Sherab Lode, who is striking it equally weak from the other end. Sherab Lode himself, he is a student at RTC, young lad, has played few tournaments for national team, was struggling before this game, but looks like with this few fours that he hit, is back in business. A swing and a miss, but like you correctly mentioned, he's moving away from the ball. He's not covering the line of the ball and playing, so that is why he's missing few balls. With 1 ball to go, 7 runs of this Komish over. We'll have to wait and see how they will end the power play with. Even if they get 30 on the board, or even this run is good enough because the score is not that high. Let's see what Sherab Lode has in mind. He plays it off the back foot, more like a pull shot there, he shows in the replay. At the end of power plays, SKD All Stars, 27 for 2. we have a change in bowling from the mountain end. It will be Sagar, a unique kind of bowler. Right now he will be bowling left arm orthodox to the right handers. But when and if a left hander comes in for SKD, let's say Namgithile or Hishe, you will see some off spins from him. For now it will be his left arm orthodox. Creates room, tries to swing that over the top of the covers, but unable to do so. Misses it completely, Gokul. Not needed. New bowler, watch him out because the target is only 93 and you are doing good at 5 runs per over at the moment. Just like that. That is much better than the shot that you played earlier. 1 run to Gokul. So Jigme talking about Sagar, where he can bowl left arm orthodox and right arm off spin. You being a bowler yourself, a leggy, please do share some light on this unique talent of his.
Thanks, Manoj. This bowler, Sagar D, it's a truly inspirational bowler and a truly talented bowler, I think. I think it is, with the ability to bowl with both arms, it's a huge asset in the team. And it's going to be a big relief for the captain himself as well. Because, the captain can put him in whenever he needs off spinner. And then he has an option of, he basically fills the shoe of 2 people. So it's a huge asset for the captain and in the team as well. And it's going to be difficult for the opposition as well. With ability to bowl with both arms. It's one of the skills that I really admire that I have, but it's not going to be possible. And the batsmen are trying to play him, trying to score runs, but he has been very economical. 4 balls bowled with just 1 run given with 3 dot balls. And he tries to go for a big hit and just get single. So these are the things, he really has to respect the bowler and then tries to get a few runs here and there, but not necessarily try to hit the good bowler out of the park, because it's very difficult in this situation. And I think the batsman knows in the current situation where they just record 64 runs out of 78 balls. They have more balls to play and get runs. So it's not going to be an easy task, but it's going to be achievable for the SKD players. And as a captain, I would love to have Sagar D in my team, because it's the captain. It's basically giving 2 bowlers, but just have to be mindful of the overs, because in T20 you just each bowler gets only 4 overs to bowl. So you have to be very judicious about where you want the bowler to bowl in which over. But yeah, overall I think it is a skill that you need to give thousands and thousands of hours in training. It just doesn't come overnight, and it's the skill that captain would love to have in the team. And that's a nicely played cut shot between the gap for single. They could run for 2, and they did run for 2. And that's excellent from the batsmen, because when they get a chance of getting few runs here and there, they should be able to pick the fielders where you have to be smart to get few runs, easy runs, by just running quickly and planning to run early. So it's a new bowler, Popu, from the other end of the mountain, and Sharp Lodi is batting on 13 from 22 balls, and that's single, nicely played single from Sharp Lodi. So that should be the plan, running singles every ball here and there, and putting the fielding team in the pressure. With such a low target, they cannot let the batsman run for singles. Manoj, what do you think about what should be the plan from BTS Assam team. What should they do now that the power play is over and they only have 61 runs to defend? What do you think they should do from now?
Well, if I was playing in BTR Assam right now and I was in the field, my plan would be to focus on dot balls more. Yes, you'll open up your fielding, but it doesn't mean that you give away runs by bringing them inside either. So it's a tricky situation they are in. But the only way they can get themselves back in the game is by dot balls. And if they get wicket, it will be like just like that. Those dot balls, it matters because power play is over, field is open, but they have to play with the minds of the batter. If they're strong on the offside, put more fielders there. If they're strong on the leg side, put there. So it's like a gamble that you have to take, but you can't gamble it too long that if they hit you over the top also. So maybe instead of using 5 fielders, maybe I'll use 4 and 1 will be inside just to protect those singles as well. So that would be my plan. Not too sure if that will work. Let's see how they will think. But right now, Popu is definitely doing what they need right now. So if you see the field there, they have around 4 inside, square leg, short fine leg, a gully and a cover. So if they play straight, they will easily get 1 run. So I feel they are too open. 1 fielder they should get in. But what SKD aren't doing is they are not looking for singles either. If they were, then I should have done that. They are trying to hit. And a player like Gokul is trying to hit just like that. Giving it everything well, he can just push around and conserve his energy for something that comes maybe in the end. At the end of 8 overs, SKD All Stars, 33 for 2, sorry. Sagar to continue from the mountain end. As highlighted by Jimmy Singh a little while ago, he definitely is a multitasker. If there's a left-hander, right-hander, you don't have to worry about using 2 bowlers from 2 ends. From one side, you get both. If they get single, he has the... And just like that, no turn whatsoever, and even keeper cannot find it. Cannot track the ball, and it will go down as 2 bye runs for... Unless there was nick. No, it was a bye run. So coming back to Sagar, in my experience, where sports you use hand as a dominating hand, not football, I had only seen one player in a tennis where he used to play, instead of backhand, he used to use both the hand. Make some room for him and he plays it in the gap. Is that 4? We have to wait and watch. No, it is just 1 run. So as I was talking about in a game of lawn tennis, I had seen one player who never used a backhand. He always used to use left and right forehand. So that was my knowledge about a ambidextrous sports person before this. But now it is Sagar. A swing and a miss from Gokul. So yes, he is an asset. But one doubt I have is, how does he maintain such kind of focus? Does he have to practice 2 times than what a normal bowler does? I'm always confused about this question because, as they say, if you are more right-brained, you use the right hand. If you're more left-brained, you use the left hand. But he uses both. So does it mean the line that I'm talking about, imagine line, is right in the center? I'm not too sure. So that is one thing that always irritates me. There's an appeal. He says, hey, that was out. The keeper, Rahul. But umpire, Subhas, not interested whatsoever. He was quick as in the morning, young Kile, and in the afternoon, Siringtashe. But now Rahul too says, when I appeal, it's not out. He might be having that question. So going back to my amusement and my question, will it be hard for you to use both the hands, especially while practicing, especially while bowling? Maybe Jimmy, if you can answer that.
And that's a cut shot played by Sharab Lode for single. And they are running for two, which they easily get it because they are fast runners. Both the batsmen are very athletic in their approach. And they got 2 easy runs from just running quickly. So Manoj, thank you for the question, but I think I'm not the right person to answer your question because I don't have the expertise or knowledge whatsoever when it comes to knowing all the scientific stuff like that. But it's a very interesting, and you just you just got my curiosity in such things because I have never seen a professional player play or use. They mostly use their dominant hand or dominant leg most of the time, but I think it's a rare in rare scenario where you get to see players using both the feet or both the hands as whenever they would like, as equally as the strength of other. So Popu is back into the attack, and there's a short ball which goes for in the air, and there's a chance of run out but missed, and an overthrow for single, which SKD gets. It's like a freebie for them. But yes, sorry Manoj, I don't have the expertise in answering your question, so I'll just leave it there and let the audience ponder on it and make their own, and that's in the air and caught in the point, and Sharab Lode is out. It was not necessary for him to go for a pull shot. It was a very good ball by Papu, and I think it was smart by Papu that he bowled a quick shot delivery to Sharab Lode where Sharab Lode was not expecting the short delivery, and given the situation, SKD, I think it is very important now that they should not lose any wicket further. Now it's 39 for the loss of 3 wickets in just 9 overs, and it's going to get difficult if they don't start running, maybe run a ball situation where players firstly they keep themselves very active in the field by running ones and twos, and secondly it helps the team score runs. So if SKD can do that, I think it's a win for them. But Assam team is doing really well. They have come back after bowling dots and good economical bowling overs from the mountain end especially, and I think they have reaped a wicket. So SKD All Stars need 54 runs from 10.4 overs at a run rate of 5.06, and it's a drinks break.
We are back from the short drinks break. And when I talk about coming back, it's Namgang Choje, who was in the national team and went away to Dagana to play East, the new man, and joins Gokul. It is a comeback kind of innings for him. He needs to play well. Papu starts off, and again there's an appeal. We don't have sound here at the comment box, but not too sure whether that was something that he just wanted to ask question or that he actually heard something, because wicketkeeper did not go up. So Namgang decides, so yeah, that should have been your shot, Namgang. In the replay, we all Bhutanese batter, we always show the correct shot. But when you play a wrong shot, so if you can correct those, the Bhutanese batter, it will do wonders to your batting. A play enemies. Namgang, he's coming in new. Only 2 balls he has faced. If I was him, I'll try to get off strike by taking single. You can take singles. You don't have to always drive it down to the deep fielder. You can drop and run as well, especially when a fast bowler is bowling from that end. And you two are already quick. As Jimmy mentioned, athletes and a SSI sport instructor, both of you. Just like that, take single, get off the strike, enjoy the view from the non-striker end. That is what we want. Brings back Gokul to the strike. Coming back, especially without any practice, is always difficult in a game of cricket. Papu, however, with his last ball to go of this over, is bowling exceptionally well. He's given away only 6 runs and taken that wicket. And will this be another wicket? No, it bounces one bounce just before it reaches the fielder. Lucky for Gokul, you don't need that kind of shot right now. You can do it in singles. 53 from 61. It's not a big ask, Gokul. You need to think straight. At the end of 10 overs, SKD All Stars, 41 for 3. With that, we have Sagar continuing his 3rd over of his first spell from the mountain end. He will be bowling to Gokul. An interesting match there. And clean bowl, as I was saying. He plays one shot too many, not needed at this juncture, Gokul. He made some room. He tried to play it over the top of the covers. And Sagar manages to dismantle his wickets. So the only positive thing that might result from this wicket is we might have a left-hander coming in. If it's a left-hander, then we'll see how unique. No, it is not. It's going to be Thile Jamso. Another hard hitter. He can hit the ball all too well. But what Gokul did is, instead of taking singles that can win you this kind of game, he goes for a big shot yet again. Not at all a smart batting from Gokul Kumar Gale. Brings Thile Jamso. This will test his temperament. With 4 wickets down, coming in at number 6, when you need less than a runner ball, let's see how he decides to go. To talk you more about Thile Jamso, I'll hand the mic over to Jimmy Singh, because I'll use this word because he knows him all too well. If in the Hindi terms we can call them the chaddi buddies. They have seen everything. They have been the ice and the fire in the national team, the captain and the vice captain, and very good buddies of the field. So to guide Thile Jamso through, it will be Jimmy Singh.
That's an excellent ball from Sagar D to Thile Jamso. First ball. And yes, I've been friends with Tile Jamso for more than a decade. It's almost 16, 17 years. I can't remember. And Sagadi has been bowling really, really well, giving no runs, no easy runs. And now it's a 4, well swept by Tile Jamso for 4 runs. And I know Tile Jamso and I know his approach to the game. He has one approach. He always looks for runs. And that's his approach. It has been his approach for the past almost 2 decades now. And I don't think he's going to change. So he will be looking for runs every single ball. But that is one of the defense that he always plays, and that's an LBW given by the umpire. And until it Jamso is frustrated by the decision given by the umpire. So I think that was bad involved as per Tile Jamso's reaction. As per Tile Jamso's reaction, there was bad involved. Probably hit the ball by the bat. But the umpire has made the final decision giving Tile Jamso out for LBW. And Tile Jamso has had this issue even in the last tournament that we toured to Qatar. He has the way of defending the ball very low, close to the front foot pad. And even in the last tournament, it has caused him a few dismissals. And also today, we have seen the same dismissal where he is trying to block the ball, but the bat seems to be behind the pad, where it makes an impression that the ball must have hit the pad first before hitting the bat. So it always gives the impression to the umpire if your bat is behind the pad. So that has been one of the issues that he has been really working hard. So that's excellent bowling from Sagar D. Now Sagar D has changed his bowling arm, letting the umpire know that he's going to bowl with his right arm and round the wicket, because Namge Tille is a left-handed batsman. So it's an easy decision from the bowler. If there's a left-handed bowler, he's going to use his right arm. If right-handed batsman, he's going to use the left arm. So let's see how he goes with 2 balls left. And that's an excellent ball with dot balls, almost taking a wicket and run out. And 1 more ball left. Sagar D has been very impactful in this match. With almost 3 overs bowled, he has got 2 quick wickets and just conceding 9 runs. And he has a final delivery of his 3rd over. And the keeper seems to be adjusting the field for Sagar D. And that's an excellent ball just for 1 run down the mid-on, long-on region. And Namge Tille is off the mark. So at the end of 11 overs, SKD is 45 runs with a loss of 5 wickets. And the run rate they are at is 4.15 with a required run rate of 5.22.
Pappu to continue, and he pulls it. Will that find the gap? No, it will be 1 run. So Namge Tille off the strike brings Namgang, his very good friend. Now The friendship is what they have to convert into a partnership. Else, it's going to get difficult and difficult with half of them already back in the dugout. Inexperience to follow after this. So it will be to the two of them if they want to see SKD through to the finals to face Dragon Strikers. A unique kind of shot selection, I would say, from Namgang. That was like a duck, and suddenly he decided, okay, that's not up. Then he decides to put that on the ground. Namgang watching the ball right till the end. That is the key. And not playing shot that you can't play. Don't give your wicket away. This is where he has done numerous times for Team Bhutan. This is the time where you have to kick in. Come back into form and perform for just like that. Keep the strike rotating. Play the 20 overs. Then you will get as close as you can. You just need another 40 odd runs. 45 something. But with Namge there and you there with the left and right hand combination, you can always make it tricky for BTR Assam and Papu. For BTR Assam, you guys have come back like the Brahmaputra takes away all the stones down to the Bay of Bengal. That is what you have done. You have come back strong in this match with 5 of them already in the dugout. It's anyone's game here on. For them to win, BTR Assam to win, now you put back the pressure. They already lost wicket. Now put back the pressure with dot balls. For SKD to win, don't lose any more wickets. And please do not have any kind of suicide runouts, which you tend to do throughout this tournament. Don't give away a wicket. Put a price tag. As the viral song in TikTok, price tag. It's not about money. It's about the price tag. Put the price on your wicket. Do not give it away. Make them fight hard for this wicket of yours. Then you will be there. Again, trying to run themselves out, but rightly sent back by Namgang. There's an appeal from the wicketkeeper saying, hey, he's already outside the crease. That is definitely cheeky from the wicketkeeper Rahul there, jersey number 22. But Rakesh, umpire Rakesh, not interested whatsoever. He says, my partner had already called over. That means the ball is dead. After 12 overs, SKD All Stars struggling at 48 for 5. Sagar with his final over manages to lure Namgang Choje into a slog kind of shot only to miss it. Looks like wicketkeeper Rahul is all pumped up even in the over before this, and right now he wants the wicket so badly that he's taking off the bails every single ball. This time, he drives it down to the deep fielder and manages to take single. Now, wait for Sagar to change his bowling action and the armband that he has. This time, he chooses on to keep the armband on the right hand itself. This is what Jimmy Singh was talking about earlier in the inning. That a bowler of this caliber, a captain doesn't have to worry about a left-hander or the right-hander. Yes, fielding you have to, but to the bowler, he can bowl with both arms. It's like someone who can bowl off spin and leg spin together. But he is one step further. He bowls with both arms. And he is on target just like he is with his left arm. Not too sure whether he started as a left arm or a right arm. But whatever he has done, kudos to his coach for encouraging this kind of unorthodox kind of bowling. Because back in our days, we would have been scolded for trying this. We would have got one nice one from our coach saying, do the basics and big thing will happen automatically. Don't try to be stylish. But now the game has changed with T20. And as I was saying, that's LBW. It looked, and he runs away just like Imran Tahir all the way to, I don't know, a senior pair. Or to someone who's bringing in the water. That is end of Namgang Choje. One sweep too many. And he is a sitting duck. Adjudged LBW again by umpire Rakesh. Having said that, Sagar gets his third wicket for only 12 runs. He has 2 balls to go of his allotted over. Young Sringtashe comes in to join Namgethile. This is where their patience and their mentality will definitely be checked by the BTR bowler, especially Sagar. In this situation, having already played for SKD for a long time, Jimmy Singh, what would be your advice? I know they won't hear you, but what should they do from here on to win the game, SKD?
I think it is very simple for SKD now that they have just 4 wickets left in their hand, and they only require 43 runs out of 44 balls, almost a runner ball. Their main aim should be to preserve the wicket, but at the same time, just rotate the strike. But they should be seeing off the ball. A very good bowler, Sagar D, with his final delivery, since he's going to be finishing with his spell. And then they can target other bowlers and then try to get some runs from the other bowlers. And Sagar D has been very effective in taking the wickets of SKD players and also, not conceding runs as SKD would have liked. So yes, like I said, it's going to be a very simple game plan for the SKD players, but it's very difficult to execute at the same time. And it's a dot ball to end Sagar D's spell with 12 runs conceded and having taken 3 crucial wickets. Sagar D has a spell of 3 for 12. What a beautiful over and what an impactful over by Sagar D in the game. And Namgethile and Sringtashe, they have been playing together for a long time now, and they know each other, how they play. So they have to communicate really well and plan with each other how they're going to make runs and what bowlers they are going to target. So Sagar D has a spell with having bowled 4 overs and only conceded 12 runs with 3 wickets. Very good economy of 3 runs per over. In a game like this, it's very crucial, and he has done his job for the team. And it's a new bowler now, Bishwajit, who has batted superbly in the first innings, scoring half century for the team. Almost more than half of the team score he has scored, and now the ball has been handed over to Bishwajit to do the rest. And SKD is 50 for the loss of 6 wickets at the end of 13 overs. And there's a single at the cover region taken by Namgethile. That's good because all the fielders, BTR Assam must be using fielders in the deeper region where SKD can make use of rotation of strikes, and it is the key for them now if they really want to get over the line and win the game. So now the game is very much poised in both ways. Either side can be on the finishing end, and Biswajit is off spinner and has taken a very good single by Tashi. So bowlers are doing really well, keeping their line and length very tight and not giving enough rooms for the batsmen to hit for boundaries. So SKD has been dried out with boundaries, and they are looking for singles, but they have to be careful at the same time, not giving easy wickets like runouts. Communication is key, but they can't not run, not have dot balls, not give dot balls for the to the fielding side. It'll become very crucial. So they have to run, and that's a very good run from the batsman. 3 runs off 4 balls, which is not bad, but they need run a ball every over.